Hello and welcome back to my channel where we literally read between the lines of art and literature. And today I want to recommend some books based on zodiac signs. And I do realize that some people may not believe in them, but stick around for at least the sake of the books. Show some respect. Here we go. Capricorns are very hardworking and ambitious by nature, and I think to feed that, the book I would recommend is Andrea Hirata's The Rainbow Troops. It is a story set in Indonesia and it follows this group of students who are from poor backgrounds, and their optimism, determination, their innocence is just so moving and equally inspiring. And Aquarius is very much intelligent and independent, and for them, I think a book such as Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy is a perfect book because it is a story about a woman who dares to love in a society that celebrates conformity. If you know a Pisces, you know that the world is not good enough for them. They're always wanting to escape, and I think for that reason alone, George's Secret Key to the Universe by Stephen and Lucy Hawking is one of the best books. It's about this boy who discovers a pathway into space. And the fact that it has pictures and illustrations just makes it for an even more immersive experience. Now, recommending a book to Aries is probably the easiest because I have none. Aries is the kind of person who doesn't like reading books but will watch the movie or the adaptations and claim to know the story. For a Taurus, reading is a way of unwinding, and therefore anything easy breezy works for them, and therefore Danielle Steele's Hotel Vendome is one such read. The story is about the lives of the residents in this hotel, primarily of the manager slash founders as well as his daughters. And it's a very uncomplicated read, and I think Steele, her writing is very familiar and such a comfort zone, which I think a Taurian will appreciate. Gemini loves the best of both worlds. Like, if they get a book which entertains and enlightens, they're gonna buy it, and I know just the book for you. Aanchal Malhotra's Remnants of a Separation. The author writes about these objects that are near and dear to the families that have been torn apart during the partition of India, and it's such a poignant tale. Cancerians are very, very emotional people. They are drawn to the depths by nature, and I think a book like Her Mother's Hope by Francine works for them. It spans 3 generations of women, and it explores the mother-daughter relationships, and it's so good. It's such an underrated read for sure. Now, Leos are known to have a big ego, and I can vouch for that. And I think they'd rather have a book written on them as opposed to reading them. But if I were to give a book recommendation, it would be this. Any collection by Khushwant Singh is a must because I think his honesty and his unapologetic way of living is just unparalleled. Virgos are very fascinated by people and they're very, very observant. And I think a book like The Other Side of Midnight, Sidney Sheldon, is something they would gravitate towards. Not because, yes, the story is very, compelling because it's a story about a woman who's out for revenge, but it's the characters because it's got such a full character arc and layering as well that it makes the book even more appealing. Orhan Pamuk's The Museum of Innocence is not just a big love story, but it is also a love letter to all the Libras, who are, I think, the kind of people who love too hard, or I think they are too hard to love. And I think this is the validation that they are searching for. Scorpios are famously discreet, and I think they hold sacred the fact that they're not an open book, but the book they will tremendously enjoy is Patrick Suskind's Perfume. Yes, Perfume. In this book, the protagonist wants to create the ultimate perfume, which is the scent of a young virgin. The length he goes, the obsession he shows, and the ending, it just makes for a very haunting and very, very intense tale. Ryszard Kapuscinski is a well-known Polish journalist, and he writes about his own life and travels while making references to another book, Histories with Herodotus, which is his constant companion throughout. And I just really loved the blurring of the past and the present, and I think any Sagittarius would as well, because they are the kind of people who would sit by the window and or on the beach and just overthink life, introspect, and reflect. If you do pick up any of these books, give it a read and let me know what you think of them, and let me know if my recommendations were spot on. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because it sure does help a lot.